You're listening to the Beige Phillip Show with Dante Nero on the Riotcast Network, riotcast.com.
What's up, Square Pin Brigade? On this episode, we got Angelo, Lozada, because we had some technical difficulties before, and we had it's a two-parter.
It's going to be a two-parter, and there's going to be a little bonus in one of the parts of the half
hour. Bonus.
We had Angelo here, and then the damn thing froze on us. Never done that before. Angelo, being the professional he is, he insisted on coming back the very next week and going, nah, man.
He was
I ain't
like,
going out like that.
I'm not going out like that. And then we asked Adrian to come on.
Adrian Menkowitz, international superstar.
Yeah.
Flamenco dancer. I think it's flamenco.
Tango.
It's tango.
Tango, same thing. Also, this episode was...
And comedian, by the way.
Fantastic
comedian.
This episode was also sponsored by Blue Chew.
That's
BlueChew.com. If you need a little performance in the bedroom, little asterisk next to your performance in the bedroom, has the same ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Not Viagra and yeah.
It has the same ingredients as Viagra, and it takes your game a step forward. So you can get your first try. You can try Blue Chew for free. For free. All you have to do is pay the $5 shipping when you go to BlueChew.com and use the promo code GYBB. That's BLUE. Chew.com, promo code GYBB.
This is one of those sponsors that we should have got a long time ago.
Absolutely.
This is
Absolutely.
what we're all about.
This is what this show is about.
This is about.
We lost the mattress sponsor because we were talking about what you should do on a mattress.
And they didn't like that.
We didn't care for that.
But this is right up our alley. That's Blue Chew, BlueChew.com. Play the $5 shipping, and you get a free shipment.
Yeah.
We thank them for supporting us.
The sexual revolution is being podcasted.
You are now tuned in to
Beige Phillip.
Let's go! Relationships and sex is the only two things that a guy is supposed to be good at when he has no practice. And then you're told not to be womanizer, to get the practice that you need to be good at.
Genius. True wisdom is the understanding of underlying concepts, how they relate to situations that seem irrelevant, but really are not. Superb.
As a man, you have to be strong enough to protect yourself from her emotions. You have to be strong enough to protect your relationship from her emotions. And that means to look at everything and assess it in terms of what's real and what's not real and what's just her emotional state at the time. Perfect. If you want to know how to hunt a deer, you ask the hunter. You don't ask the deer. The deer is being the deer. He doesn't know anything else but how to be. She's just being her. As a hunter, I need to study her patterns and her behaviors so that I can put this bullet in her. And by the bullet, I mean this dick.
You know the rest.
Like, we all get got. Everybody gets got. Everybody goes through these bad situations, these relationships, and we try to learn from it. And sometimes we're too close to it that we can't even step back and learn from it. What's going on, yo? GYBB, get your balls back. BABB, be a better bitch. WWDD, what would Dante do? The sexual revolution is being podcasted, and I am excited. We got a reprieve today. My boy is here. We had a little technical difficulties last week trying to get it back in. First and foremost, Harry, what's going on, baby? You ready to rock and roll?
I am doing fantastic, Dante.
All right.
Styling, profiling, trying to keep these gators down. Having a tough time doing it.
You know, pimping ain't easy unless you practice.
This
so,
is true.
I don't know. Andre, how you doing, bro? You good?
I'm alright.
I can't even hear you,
upset.
Andre.
Andre upset.
I don't know. I'm talking into it.
All right, well,
I can't hear me either.
you whispering.
Yeah, you stop whispering, bitch. Talk like
up.
a fan. All right.
We got a special guest in the building. Here's what happened. We had this brother on last time. We're trying to get him from Udine years. And then we got him in here, and then we had some technical difficulty where the recording didn't work, so we back doing it again. One more time. Funny dude, opens for Trevor Noah, Comedy Central, all kinds of crazy shit. Yo, give it up for my dog, Angelo Lozada.
1 2 1 2. Can I be heard?
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't get offended. That's all good. But I've crossed this bridge before.
Yeah, we did a great
You
episode.
were confident as fuck last time.
Well,
It was a wash.
yeah, it was.
So I got to ask from jump. I'm not going to waste another hour and a half and then notice I'm frozen on the screen and say, hey, Harry, what is that?
Well, that wasn't my fault.
No, not
It
your
wasn't your
fault.
fault, Harry.
Who's responsible for the technical here?
That's
Harry.
some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I work with the equipment I'm given.
Yeah. Well,
Shots fired.
shots fired immediately.
Shots fired on me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just around chilling, eating chips. You know.
That's what you do.
That's
Yo,
what you do the best.
Dre sounds real like low key, but he's been wanting to fight since I got here,
He's
y'all.
been on some real
Everybody.
gangster shit. I don't know
What's
wrong
up,
with
Papa?
him.
What's wrong?
I'm just hungry, tired.
Well, how's that different from any other day?
How did Harry fuck up the show and then talk about my equipment? How's that happen?
Yeah, Harry.
Shots fired.
Huh?
The guns work.
What happened? What happened last time?
I don't know, man.
You still don't know?
The thing froze. It never hasn't frozen on us in
5 years, 6
5.
years.
Well, however, we've using this equipment we've been using for like 3 at least.
Right. So
Hasn't
never frozen.
Never froze on us once. Then we did a show afterwards.
And it froze?
No, went perfectly fine. And then I started.
You know what it
setting up-
was? It was Angelo's bail money. He was throwing too much bail money.
Too kind.
He was too kind.
The
Trying
equipment.
to find the best. Find the best in everybody, and I was like, "Yeah, that's not whatever."
Well, I tell you what, though, you waste an hour and a half of my life, though. You get no bail money.
I feel you.
In all fairness, I only wasted 45 minutes. We got the other half, but it wasn't enough for a whole show.
And we're gonna add that. We're gonna add that
toss
to
that
this.
out so you hear that
So,
because it was a funny. Angelo
the
was.
first-
very,
yeah.
that's what Angelo's annoyed about. He was killing.
Oh, he was
Oh
destroying.
yeah,
Hot.
the
it was
first
hot.
half and the
The
second
first
half.
Then
The second half was good too, but the first half.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He didn't cross that finish line like a Kenyan. He was more like a white dude with bloody nipples. So
He's like, I made it.
and then he shit his pants.
His fucking Sacroni's all torn up.
The first joke I told that didn't hit was in the second half, and you were quick to let me know that shit didn't land. I was like, if these motherfuckers heard the first half,
I'm good. I'm
that
good.
shit
I'm
was
good.
legendary. So we're here. We back.
It's
man.
good. It's good. It's
I'm
good.
glad-
It's
I'm
good.
glad, man.
Glad you came back.
Yeah, man,
you know,
thank you,
we wanted you to get back. Wanted you to be comfortable with,
man.
Whatever. And then here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
So I call up Angelo, right? I was like, "Yo, look, I'm just getting out of work, cause I'm still a a grub. I'm still 9 to 5, trying to get this pension.
Yep.
Well, I'm not fronting about it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Pop.
No, here's the thing. If
That's
you're on
real.
social media and you try, you viral, you phone, suck my dick, nigga. 130,000, eat my ass.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
And a pension.
And a pension, 401k, and medical. So next time you bitch ass
Not a-
motherfuckers trying to come at me and you got a toothache, shut the fuck up and put a rag around your head like they did in the Little Rascals and shut your mouth. How about that?
Yeah, there's not a lot of rappers bragging about the pension and the health care.
Nah,
Not enough.
That is
I think.
funny.
I think
To
there
have
needs to
Hot
be more of that.
97 voice
Yeah.
talking about medical.
I
got
got a dental
Full
plan.
coverage, bitch. Who else in these streets?
I got a PPO.
401k.
GYBB. Get your balls back.
Healthcare.gov.
Yeah.
No home. I got a copay. Here's the other thing. Them these motherfuckers at my job, right? Who got a? I was like, stop trying to be a gangster. You got a copay, nigga. Shut up. You
That's-
in network.
So
you
yeah,
go-
so you good? Like your insurance is you good,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because I'm also what you got? I'm on Obamacare. What you got?
He got. I hope I don't trip.
Whatever the fuck I got in the mail, I just show up. Like, I'm good.
It's not jury duty. You're supposed to
not
make your own
alone the
business.
fucking
I'm
shit.
good. You going good? Yo.
It ain't nice, though, because I do go to a hood-ass clinic where the
Yeah.
nurses got neck tattoos and knife wounds and shit. Everybody in there, blood. It's just bad.
Yo, I'm on that Obamacare, man. It's going up to $700 a month, man.
Yeah, because that's your Republicans. You heard it,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
They
you don't
want
want
it
the
to-
truth.
they want
Don't
it to
listen to
explode.
this show if you don't want the truth. You in that motherfucking Fox bubble. Get the truth, nigga.
the truth.
Anyway,
I feel like we don't have a lot of crossover.
and it's truth
with the,
with an F,
Fox
not even
News.
a
Double O-F.
It's truth. So, but so I went uptown. I picked up Angelo, brought him down, and said, "He was like, no, I'll meet you now." I was like, "No, I'm good. Let me come up and
It sounded like a bad idea.
yeah."
Like when he called me, I said, nah, because I had to do something. He said, no, let me come up. I come get you from 47th Street up to where I'm at, 161st. It sounded bad.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll just jump on. But it sounded like you needed just company. So I said, come on, let's do it.
Well, you know what? It's always great when you walk in with me.
Yeah.
Then the show just starts.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
I didn't want you to get here first. I didn't want. It's just this way. It's not you looking at these motherfuckers. You got to sit in here with these motherfuckers.
That's
I'm
true.
trying to save you.
Good company.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You
No, you're not.
You just want to fight motherfuckers. This dude is bitter about his equipment. Like, it would not have been good.
It would have been not good. So we come. So
Bitter about some other stuff too that came up.
Yo, this candy is delicious. Bro.
yeah, it is crazy, right? That's why I ordered it online. All right, don't stop looking at the box, player.
Oh, this candy is amazing.
I'm going to go ahead and leave this
I guess
back next to me.
see that's the difference between the 130,000 and being a millionaire.
That's
You're
it.
like, hey, come on, you could have two.
You can have two, but
But
like,
don't.
don't stop
God.
going in the box. I know
This
this
is
is
just
perfectly
sour
sweet
and
s-
perfectly sweet.
I know, it's crazy.
With a nice amount of cherry.
It's perfect.
This shit is genius.
I never expected this shit to happen.
Regal Crown
Regal
sour
Crown.
cherry.
Regal Crown.
Can't even get that shit no more. You have to get that.
Established since 1953.
Yeah, that's
God damn.
Yeah, I had to order.
Before integration.
I used to drink. Yeah, that's why it was still
That's what they-
sour and sweet.
That's when they had signs like colored candies here. Whites only candies.
So I go to pick Angelo up. Boom, he gets in the car. I give him the
Almost got into a Fios truck. The Fios truck parked on the corner. Almost got into a Fios
And
truck.
I go shh, shh, shh. I'm in the middle of a consultation when he gets in the car.
Yeah.
Right? Because here's what I was just thinking about the last time Angelo was here.
Uh-huh.
And I want to say this first to both you motherfuckers, even though you ain't shit. I appreciate you. Let me finish. Can I finish? You just
That's
trying to go, right?
Wait, hold on. That's a hell of a way to start out whatever the fuck is going to happen.
Fair enough.
You
I'm
got to
not-
do a big 180.
Right?
Unless it's followed by, but I love you.
That's what I was gonna say. But I
Go.
love y'all because I didn't have to advocate my expertise. My boys was like, Angelo, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this thing ain't shit, but he helped us out. Fuck Dante, but yo, you need to change my life.
You know what it is? I think Angelo is an intellectual. He's a smart guy. He's very analytical. I've always found Angelo to be.
There's a difference between being a smart guy and an intellectual.
Oh, you stupid, Harry.
Oh, now we know which one you aren't, Andre. Hold on. Let me and Angelo discuss the nuances while you sit there and eat the
There's a
popcorn.
difference,
Angelo,
fucktard.
please. Angelo, here's another word. Elaborate, if you will.
Explain. I'm here with you.
No, I mean, I appreciate the, it's a compliment, I appreciate it, but I think I'm a pretty bright dude, but an intellectual.
In that I think you analyze things.
In that, I think.
Yeah, in that I believe.
See,
that
that's
you
how an
analyze
intellectual.
things.
That's how an intellectual would start a sentence. In that,
I.e.,
I.e., ergo.
in that, motherfucker, you started that sentence with a preposition. You're a gangster. Son.
is that gangster?
In
Now,
that,
explain to Andre what a
In that-
preposition is, if you
That
could.
one you gotta actually have to explain. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I don't know what the fuck propose is.
in that.
But I do,
Prepositions in, for.
Yeah,
it's
going
going to take too long. It'll take too long.
Can y'all hear me eating this candy?
Yes.
Oh, most definitely.
This shit is delicious, right?
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. Continue.
But
I'm a smart dude. What's that mean?
Meaning that, like, some of the, you want to process a lot of different things. You don't take everything at just face value, so
Yeah.
you're going to process a lot of information. And
I'm
the
a
thing,
critical thinker.
Yeah, you're a critical thinker. So you test everything. You don't just take anything at face value. So Dante's theories, which are not the normal theories of what everyone's operating with.
Right.
It goes anti to the
it's
established
counterintuitive.
counterintuitive.
It
right?
can be. I mean, it can be. But
It's just not a traditional thought process. So now you have to analyze that,
right.
which is fair.
But I don't. But what I try not to do, I hope you don't think I do,
Well,
is diffuse what you think. I challenge it sometimes.
yeah.
Because I'm curious as to why what that process is to be that sociopathic.
Which is analytical in itself.
Right. So it's not like I'm trying to diffuse and saying you ain't shit or what your theories aren't shit because to the contrary. Motherfucker, 95% of the time you explain your shit, I'm like, I see it. But then
Right,
there's that 5%, and I'm like, nah, nigga. It ain't that way.
And then I gotta go another and get
Right.
that other
And that other,
that other
that other
4%.
3. I'm gonna say 98%. Give me 2, nigga.
All right.
Give me 2.
2%.
Is that fair?
I'll give you. They gave you 2, right? What did
Yeah.
you say? 90 what?
99% of the time, I said you were
All right,
saying.
you got.
I was a little
you gotta
high.
give me another-
99%.
I think 99% of the time, because again, he doesn't speak. He never makes declarative statements unless it's something that he has thought. Like he might say, "This seemed this way," but if he goes, "This is what it is," it means he has analyzed that statement. He has some experience to back it up. He might have even done some research on it. Like it's just never out of the blue where he goes. He's never going to tell me the sky is red without doing some research and showing me why the sky would be red.
I mean,
You know what I mean? It's never been outlandish.
I mean, in full disclosure, sometimes he just pulls it out his ass.
No, never.
And he does. He's been doing it so long that it sounds like, oh fuck, that shit made sense. Dante, sometimes you just pull shit out your ass and it sounds good.
Never.
You gonna say that you've never pulled something out your ass?
No.
No, we were in your truck for 2 hours, nigga. It was like 55% of the time the shit was coming out your ass.
Nothing. That was. I had gas. That was gas. That wasn't what.
So, but it was really interesting. It was real fascinating sitting in on a consultation. Though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
To see what the process is.
See how that shit works.
Yeah.
And the dude is gonna be, nameless, obviously, but
Right.
he was going through some things, and Dante was straightening him out. Dude sounded he was a little intimidated, a little afraid, didn't know. Because this was your first time with him, right?
Yeah. But he's not. They're usually not afraid to talk to me about it.
He seemed a little reluctant to me.
Yeah, you don't pay that money and be reluctant. You know what I mean?
Well, reluctant in the sense I would say that you got to share. These are very intimate feelings.
well,
and if they're
he's also-
speaking to you for the first time or however many times, that is a weird thing to kind of reveal to somebody.
Sure. And usually, like I say, the problem with it is that what makes it always so difficult is because men don't ask for directions.
Right.
So usually by the time they're calling me, it's already in shambles.
They're already lost in the desert,
It's
no
already
gasoline.
fucked up. It's not unlike Andre's hairline. Just like
That's not accurate at all.
Yo, your hairline is fucking wild.
Nah.
So when you got your joint,
It's just that it's stupid, but the right side of my hair grows backwards. So
I don't know
it
how
be-
that's okay.
It
I
fucking
don't know
make
how
it
that
look
doesn't
weird.
make. I don't know.
You get
how
your
that-
you get your hair cut in Australia? How does that work?
Boo, nigga.
That got a laugh. What do you mean, boo? It got 2 laughs.
Yo, how
you gonna
how do you
Fake news me with my laughs?
How do you say that out loud though? Like,
Well,
the right side of your hair fucking grows backwards.
it's true.
Even if it is, like that shit makes no sense.
It
man.
don't. I started it that way.
Okay.
Man,
and
fuck
so
all
the right
y'all.
side and the left side just grows sideways because
Separate
You know what I'm gonna
directions.
do? I'm gonna ask you to call Andre's name. I'm gonna knock Andre the fuck out. When he look your way, I'm gonna lay him out. Bang! And then
go make that nigga hair grow the right way.
and here's what I'm gonna do. We gonna get him some food.
Right.
So we're gonna lay him out, and then when he wake up, it's gonna be a plate with a fork in his hand. And he gonna be like, "Oh, I was wilding out."
Here's how fucked up Andre is today. He showed up on time and early.
It's crazy.
Shut up. That's how I know you're fucked up in the head today. Something's off.
Is
But-
something wrong though, man? What's wrong?
Nah, I don't know.
The weather,
Tired.
Yeah,
Mercury retrograde. You believe in that shit? man?
No.
nah, but women
Don't trade
do.
when bitches constantly say that.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh my God, on Facebook, on
No, you're
Twitter.
just a bitch.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Be careful. Mercury
The
retrograde is going
stars
crazy.
and astrology and all that shit. It's a possibility that it has some,
I doubt.
Listen, I believe that there is a possibility with Mercury retro. If I can say it, it might have a possibility.
have a
Maybe there's
stroke,
some validity.
I just don't know to what extent and how that would
affect you. Yeah.
If the way that planets move affect the tides, the
Right.
tides on the Earth, how can we say
Right.
that it doesn't affect
Right.
emotion? I just don't believe that anybody.
Or more
has.
reasonably, Andre's a bitch. I mean, what's the more scientifically?
Oh, you didn't like that at all.
Nah, I didn't have nothing because I was thinking about getting popcorn. So I was
So you were-
already
I caught
consumed.
you not looking?
Yeah, I was already consumed. I'm like, when can I sneak off? So you hit me when I wasn't even paying attention. You got it.
That was like the ref trying to put you in a corner, and then I don't wait for you to come back out. I should
Just clap, bang, it's over.
But yeah, so he got an opportunity to
Firsthand.
Did you hear it firsthand? Okay.
And it was a half hour session.
yeah.
Now, what other thoughts did you have seeing that?
So
Like,
what was
what-
interesting, well, being, Because the dude was wondering, he had asked, should he go back? And Dante, advised him however he feels would be best. And all I wanted to do after that half hour, and we said, all right, man, I just want to jump in. You can go back with her. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? There's two ways to go. So he's a human being. You ain't got to listen to everything he says.
I'm going to gather Dante would probably say don't go back because the odds are.
Listen, I don't really.
Are we revealing too much?
Yeah, we can do it. No, because it's anonymous. Okay. So what happened was, dude was messing with a older chick. I'm assuming she was a little more professional. Because she's like a professor or a teacher. Okay.
Oh,
right?
I read that email.
He's a younger dude, and he was helping her with her daughter and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, she was like kind of came from money, and she decided that she ended up kind of fucked up in the game with her own money. And then she was like, "Oh, you don't contribute," or something like that.
So when shit went bad for her,
right?
That's when she starts leaning on.
She blamed him.
Then she blamed him,
giving him shit. Right.
And then she goes, instead of just going, "Yeah, I should have." She goes, "Look, I really need some help. I need you to help me out." She said that she called him a user, right? And
that's a bad word, yo. Especially if you genuinely are not, or you don't do it consciously, because we all use, right? Yeah. We all exploit, we all use, but we don't do it with malicious intent. So when you're called
some
out
people
on
don't.
No, I'm saying, I mean, you have those that
by
use.
nature you're going to end up.
You have those that exploit and those that use. Fucked up, they're fucked up people, but we all use. You know what I'm saying? Without
into the microphone, for the love of God, into the microphone.
And,
which, by the way,
the
number of times I've asked you to lean into the microphone, at times, never. But the chip somehow is the only thing keeping you.
And fuck you for staring me dead in the eye while you were doing this shit, as I was trying to explain something. You had a deep thought.
Oh, that's what you were doing. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
You like that dog. Don't do it. Don't do it. That motherfucker look at you. Or that cat. Motherfucker knocks this shit off the plate. That was staring me dead in the eye.
That was the equivalent of snoring, like in the middle of your.
Oh shit! All right.
Sorry.
So this chick was older, but based on what the way he was explaining her, like he would say shit like, she called him a user, but he's like, I don't understand. Like I would take her to school when she needed to go to school, but it turns out that later on
groceries,
groceries, and her parent, but it turns out like her parents has issues with me. So I'm thinking, all right, she's a young girl.
Right.
That brother's 43.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
43.
How old is he?
Like 20-something. I didn't really ask. He was like 20-something, maybe 30, like, low 30s. But
well, you're fucked up. You're fucked up. Whatever age.
But
if you're not.
But my point was, so it's funny because let me go through the whole thing. So I said if somebody calls you, misrepresents you, and calls you a user, like. So he kept coming over there, and she was like, well, you don't have to bring your stuff back. And so she gave him a drawer, and then she gave him room in the closet, and he ended up moving in there. And then he helped her with the daughter and stuff like that. And at no time did she say he should contribute money for rent money or whatever. But he did. He bought food and helped her with the daughter, whatever he could do. He really had paper like her. And it ended up being a situation where then all of a sudden out of the blue she goes, you're a user.
Yo, do you just suck these, or you automatically bite into them?
I suck them because it's ridiculous.
I can't help. I bite into them shit.
Me too.
That was me crunching into the mic while staring at you.
But so so what she did was she became abusive when shit got difficult.
Yeah.
She all of a sudden became she couldn't handle it. So
that's a bad human being.
De facto, yeah, it's terrible.
So now when a guy asks me should I go back or what should I do, why would you go back? Like, so if somebody calls you,
she showed you who she is.
Right. If somebody calls you a user and you are not, where does the relationship go from that point? Like, how do you go? Like, where is the point?
Why is that
zero?
Remotely acceptable in his head? Or anyone's head. Well, it's human nature.
And then they broke up, and then she was like, I want to be, we should be friends, and I'm like, so I'm asking, do you want to be friends? Well, we work together, so that's a no.
Yeah.
Because I go, so my point is, before you take action and everything, what I was trying to explain was you need to know what it is you want to do. Do you want to be friends? Don't you want to be friends? You want to be caught? You want to just, once you break up, you don't owe nobody nothing. It's done.
Right.
They're going, you're not good enough for me.
Right.
Beat it.
Right.
And you go, but we could be friends. Get the fuck out of here.
There's no coming back from that.
First of all, get the fuck out.
Second of all, bye.
That's the way that works.
But you made a good point with Dude because, you made a good point with Dude because you explained, you had called him out on how he has been using her.
Right. So he said, go ahead.
What is your recollection of that?
An example is he lives 40 miles away from her.
Yeah, right.
When he hooked up with her,
she lives like
her job was only 2
blocks,
miles away or something. You know what I mean? From the job or whatever. So he hooked up with her.
Right.
Because it was convenient for him to get back.
But
to
he liked her.
job.
He loved her.
No,
but
not that he didn't.
Right.
But there's a degree of exploitation in that.
So when I said you did use her.
And he was on his heels.
Right.
Like, no. But
I
no,
do
you
this.
are.
I do this. He goes, I do. I help her with. Yeah, that's not what I. Yeah, both of those things could be true. Right. You could be helpful and still be using her for the closeness of it. And so he was like, he kind of like started throwing himself bail money on it.
Right.
And then he was like, well, I go, look, I'm not saying that you're not a good dude. I'm just saying, but let's be honest. You need to. So this goes back to what I say is empathy, credibility, pursuit of knowledge, and hold
on, let me write this down.
Authenticity.
What is it?
Empathy, credibility, authenticity, and the pursuit of knowledge.
Okay.
So
in that order?
Not necessarily. They all have to be working on all cylinders at all times.
That's exhausting.
Not really. I mean, it doesn't always come. Those things don't always come in question.
I struggle with that.
Nigga, do you nap?
Yeah, I know.
You take naps?
All the time.
Do you? Because goddamn, man, you need to take naps.
You
take naps,
No.
Andre?
You need a
nigga.
nap.
You napping right now?
But it was so that the fact that there is a symbiotic relationship where he's using her and she's using him which is not a problem. The problem comes in when she becomes abusive because things ain't going her way and now you want to change the rules. And she never even said, yo, I need you to help me out. Right. I'm in a bind. I need some dollars from you.
There's also that case, right, in which you think you're comfortable when a couple is comfortable, and you do use each other.
Yeah.
But you're good with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You take advantage of certain things.
Right.
But you're good with that. So it's hurtful because he probably thought he was in that place, and we're good. We're helping each other.
Right.
We use each other. And then she came out of nowhere.
And she was like,
with a left hook.
Yeah,
you're a user. But he takes care of her daughter.
Yeah.
He takes her to school.
Right. Then she was like, well, I have problems because her parents then this was funny with Angela. She was like, my parents are not really comfortable with you staying with my daughter by herself, right? And then I was like, Angela was like, how old is she? And I'm like, she's 43. And then he was like,
which means the daughter's 24.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we talking
She's
about?
not Puerto Rican.
Yeah. What are we talking about here, yo?
So, and I said to him,
I mean, the mom is only 55. I mean,
So my thing was, when all of that came, it was like, okay, so this is a 43-year-old woman who her parents are dictating.
Right.
Which
is another great point. You know what I mean? She obviously used that as an out.
Yeah.
Right? Like when she says, my parents weren't crazy about you, but you said, yo, she's 43, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what her parents mean.
She's going to do what she wants to do.
Yeah.
We've all seen guys who are murderers and rapists that women throw bail money and make sure that they stay with him. Oh, no, but he loved me. Yep. We've seen horrible men who have beat the crap out of him, broken women's eye sockets and shit like that. Yeah. And they go, but he loves me.
That was kind of specific. Man.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Shout out to Chris Brown.
But there's a situation where you go, okay, so stop trying to act like if you wanted this dude, that you won't make the bail money, you won't make a reason to keep this dude. Right. So now it's your mother. It's like, come on, dog. I mean,
you think it could be? I mean, it could be a myriad of things, but you think maybe she got another dude?
Nah,
Nah,
she's 43-year-old Finnish bitch.
Yeah, but
Finished.
Come on.
Oh, not from Finland.
Stupid.
No, Finnish.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, not Finnish. But
I just want to make sure that
look,
changes
she's
a lot. It
43
doesn't sound right. I go,
she's
what?
43 and she's talking to a late 20s dude. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
there can be a catalyst for when things go rough. Now she starts shitting on you. If you don't fight back, now you're weak.
Right.
That's the weird part. It's not even that the financial shit went down.
Mm-hmm.
It's that he failed the test or the exam. When shit got rough, she shit on him, and he kind of allowed it.
So then what did he do when she said?
He was
when she
like,
called him,
he
what
started
did he
getting
do?
his stuff to leave.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Which probably changed her whole tune when he left.
No, here's what she did. She doubled down, and she was like, well, if you leave, it's over. There's no coming back.
So you're useless.
Which
Right.
is, now I gotta leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she just raised the pot.
Is there for me? If somebody gives me an ultimatum, I always go against that person's.
No, you got it. You're supposed to.
You have
gotta.
to, right?
Because
I've never been in a situation where I've ever gone, no matter what the decision is, like, oh, you made this real. Not, I don't just mean in relationships. I mean in life. Like, oh, you made this real easy for me because
Right.
the fact that you're giving me the ultimatum
Right.
means I'm out.
because then it's manipulative.
Right.
And being manipulative, why would you ever be in a relationship that's manipulative?
I don't know why you'd want to. It's
And-
because you think you can't get anything else. That's really the only reason.
Here's something else brilliant that went in my head again. It's always shut up.
Preach on. Preach on.
And now another out the ass segment. Beige Phillip. Welcome to Man School.
So here's the thing is, you when you appraise a house, you don't appraise the house for what the potential worth is. You have to, when you get the appraisal, it's for what the house is worth
Right
as is. So when you appraise your relationship, or you can't go, well, potentially. See how deep it was? It just hit Harry.
That's a great
It just
analogy.
hit Harry. Woo!
I mean, it was alright.
Yo, nah,
You don't
son.
know what the word appraise means.
I know
so you
what
don't
it
understand.
means.
That's
By
why you.
context. It means like, hey, the house is shitty right now.
That's
or the
not
house
what-
is lit
okay.
right now. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
I ain't
You did good.
I think we
First of all,
underestimate Andre.
don't get your real
I
estate
think
license.
we underestimate Andre. I think he knows what appraise is.
Thank you, Angelo.
It's,
what appraise
it's a
is?
crapshoot with
He's
Andre.
like, you did really good, Andre.
Oh my God!
You gave me a praise.
Here's a candy.
You know, a little something.
You gave me a praise.
Move on.
Now here's $5. Go fix your hairline.
Here's $10 because he grows both ways. You got to get two barbers.
You got
It's
two
gonna be like-
Dominican barbers to do that?
It's
I
gonna be
wear the
like-
front, you wear the back. We
You
meet
left
in the
hand.
middle.
You left hand. I right hand. Let's do it.
And then we meet in the middle.
Like a buddy cop movie?
In la media. In la media.
It's gonna be.
Come
It's
in.
gonna be like Goodfellas, man. When Joe Pesci, when Billy Bats, now go get your shine box.
Now go get your
hold
fucking-
him here, fucking hold him here.
Hold him
He
here.
comes back,
Oh
he's gonna
my
murder
God.
one of us, if not all of us.
So if you got a 1983 Corolla, no offense. No offense.
No taken, man.
All of that.
I don't have a Corolla.
You know somebody that
Got a
does.
Civic?
I know someone who had a couple. A 1983 Corolla. That's not even true, man. I never knew anyone who had a Corolla. Like I don't understand how that was perpetuated. Oh, I don't understand how that was perpetuated. Like the Corolla shit.
No?
No,
Oh,
man.
Puerto Ricans and Corollas?
Yeah.
What about Civics?
For Jamaicans,
We've all had Civics, nigga.
Now
You
you're
gonna sit
talking
here and
different.
judge a nigga for a Civic? We've all had Civics.
With the cherry bomb exhaust.
true.
Yeah, okay.
all through the Bronx.
So what I'm saying is you can't go this Civic once in another 20 years.
Right.
It's gonna be a classic.
Right.
So give me $12,000 now.
Right.
You're like, nigga, it's got 300,000 miles on it. Right. Yeah, but I'm saying it's going to be worth something. So you got to
but it's amazing how relationships, especially women to men, right, on how women see dudes as they are, but like they feel like, oh, I'm a change.
Yeah. This is potential.
So they do future appraise. Well, I'm going to change him. I'm going to fix him.
Sure.
And when it doesn't work out that way because he's a fucking human being and he's an individual.
Right. But what you're doing,
they get crazy.
What you're talking about is going into the relationship.
Yeah.
They look at it. Now, you can look at a house going into the relationship and go, with a little work, this could be something.
Right.
But when you're leaving the house and selling the house and getting rid of the house, you can't go, this could be worth more. That's what Dante's saying.
Right.
Because you could, like, especially, I think this is true, especially of women. They go, I could leave, but he could be something special.
Yeah.
Sure, he's fucked up now, but that's not the way you can look at it in the relationship.
If he had a bigger dick, it was better looking, a better body, different personalities, this relationship would be dope. But then he would be another dude that you are not dating right now.
he'd be an awesome motherfucker that takes care of my daughter. That 24-year-old daughter.
That dude she's talking about is not there. He's in Florida or something. He's somewhere else. He's in Miami.
That motherfucker's in 4B. Like that, he's not even in your apartment. But I mean, yeah.
He's downstairs. He's downstairs. On the second floor.
You look at just pointing it out the window. You mean that, nigga?
But that's what happens. So you get in emotion because you don't want to give up the emotional ties. Then you start assessing the relationship on the potential instead of on what the real value is. And if you look at this value, she goes, "You're a user."
Right.
Sure, I didn't ask you and tell you what my parameters were. Sure, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do whatever. But you're a user.
Right.
Where do you go from there? Now, this is where a lot of times me and Angelo we split. We split hairs because Angelo's like, yeah, but you don't know. He kept saying this, but you don't know the other side of the story. And I'm saying,
which is viable though.
No, it's not.
See. Had this discussion. It's ridiculous.
No, it is not.
It's ridiculous that you think
it is not.
It's not viable. It's ridiculous that you think that the one side of the story is the only version of that story, or the only interpretation of that story.
You're right.
You're also wrong.
Right.
We can sit with her and she can
tell
us.
You are
she
right
can tell
about
us some
that.
shit because this dude was reluctant, and you can't. This is your first session.
Doesn't
you
matter.
Can't assume.
Doesn't matter.
But you can't assume this dude is completely forthright. You can't assume this dude is upfront.
Here's what I would say. You are right about that 1% of the time.
I think it's 2%.
Listen,
it's 2%. We went 98.2.
Like milk.
2% like milk.
This is
you
where
can't,
you play
Harry. Do you say? Because you said I'm wrong. So what you're saying is you're on board with him. There aren't two versions. If we sat with her and she gave us her version of the story, would that perhaps clear shit up as to where
it's still
already cleared
up? Talking to Harry, man.
My bad.
You might get a little bit of information, but it wouldn't change the fact of the things that she did do that he's saying she did do. Now,
but what about the shit that he's done?
But here's what you're saying. There's a possibility
maybe there's a reason why she feels he's a user.
Maybe. But, again, you're under the assumption.
No, she doesn't.
You're under the assumption. Again, this is all working by probability and the odds and just statistically, we all do the same shit. We think we do something different.
Right.
We all do the same shit. It's behavioral psychology.
Okay.
So the odds are, if Dante's, again, the guy could be a murderer and not telling Dante. Right. We don't know that. But you can't go based on that.
Yeah, but I will know that nigga's a murderer if maybe not in 15 minutes, but an hour, I'll know.
Yeah.
Because
and listen, Dante's told me about, because he'll not consult with me, but he'll talk to me about consultations and go, yeah, this guy, like 2 minutes in, I go, there's something off about this guy. And every once in a while he'll get one of those, he goes, something's not adding up. Because this guy's telling me details, and then he's telling me a problem that doesn't equate. And then he goes, and then about a half an hour into it, and I'm not remembering all the details of these, but it's always the same, like, something didn't seem right, about 5 minutes in, then about half an hour in, bam, such and such. He said such and such, and I'm like, aha.
And at that point, you're like, you killed a hooker then.
And she's in your trunk. You didn't put no plastic down.
But what
that's
you're
a
doing
whole
is
different consultation.
you're giving people the benefit of the doubt, and that's
because
understandable.
you have to.
No, you don't.
You don't necessarily.
Andre.
Nah.
Holy shit.
Just the benefit of the doubt.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Angelo,
I'm not the only human being here.
I'm with
you.
you.
Have to allow
I'm with
benefit
you
of the
on-
doubt. You have to allow the human condition.
I do that all the time.
You have to allow that.
And when you do that, what happens? you end up fucked up.
Sometimes. And sometimes people redeem themselves. You know, I will assume somebody's having a bad day. Maybe they acted like an asshole because they had a bad day. I'll give people the benefit of the doubt.
So then you
Okay.
have to do that. But then if they show a pattern of being an asshole, then that's
Yeah,
it.
but
you can't from the door. We come from two different ends of the spectrum.
Your default is
We
you're
come from
wrong.
two different because
you're
my default is that I'm wrong.
But your default is always giving.
My default, what you're saying to me, let's be clear. What you're saying to me that my default is that I'm
That
wrong.
does sound like what you're saying,
Yeah,
Dante.
that's what I'm saying.
Let's be clear.
Let's be
we
clear.
come from two different ends of the spectrum. I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt. You from the door are saying, nah.
Now, are there jobs where people
I'm
don't give people the benefit
doing
of the
that.
doubt?
I'm never just going nah. I don't put my stamp on it till it reveals itself, and it always reveals itself.
What with this dude, this consultation I sat in on, what revealed itself except his version of it?
Everything.
Yeah, but right. So, and quite frankly, you're helping him, not her.
Right.
So you have to concentrate on what his
Absolutely.
shit is.
But
so I totally
did
get
I
that.
not
But
check
you-
him?
But why
did
you
I not check him on?
You did.
Okay.
on different
so,
things,
Right.
Because
Did
that's what a proper
also the
consultation
fact-
should be. You're
Right.
not just appeasing.
Right.
You're letting him know what you're hearing. Yo,
Right.
that's bullshit, and you do that.
But Angela,
But what
also-
you're saying is, if you sat with her, like there is no chance that she can explain her version, and you think
You're not
differently.
saying there's no
or just,
chance. The
or just
probability is very low.
98.2%.
2%.
98.2%. So right, but the way you just jump off like, nah, there's no chance that her story can be.
Here's what your problem
And
is. Here's what your problem is.
And you making me defend this bitch that I don't even know who's 43
Exactly.
who listens to her parents.
Exactly.
So that's not the position I want to be in.
That is the point.
Yeah, but she
But
could.
also, Angela, a couple things. One is first of all, the fact that he's seeking counsel, that he's seeking help,
It's weak.
It's not weak.
That's fucking weak.
That's not the problem.
It's weak.
It's not
It
that
is not
funny.
weak.
Adrian.
I just want, Andre, you're not helping.
Make sure that money clear.
We just want to make sure these people understand it is not weak to ask for help. Okay,
You need a one-on-one consultation.
and
Hit
that's
me at DanteNero.com.
That's not
Click
just,
on consult, and then
You're not
That
helping
is-
either.
That is not
Dante,
weak.
you are not helping
That
either.
is not weak. Going to DanteNero.com.
Hey, everybody, this episode of Beige Phillip / Man School 202, that's the new show, is brought to you by Blue Chew.
Blue Chew.
BlueChew.com. That's where you can get your first shipment free when you use the promo code GYBB. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BLUE Chew.com, promo code /GYBB.
This is we want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. BlueChew.com is the first ever chewable that brings performance to another level.
That's
Sexual
right.
performance.
You know
That's
what we're talking about. That's
you
your
know what it
business.
is. We get it in. Blue Chew is sponsoring us. If you want, what's the discount on that, Harry?
You can get your first shipment your first use of Blue Chew will be free, and just all you have to do is pay the $5 shipping. As long as you use the code GYBB, it's free.
That's right.
All you're
Blue
paying for is
Chew.
shipping.
Blue Chew is a performance enhancement for the bedroom. They've got the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, and they work. So if you need a little boost, you need to go on. You need a little asterisk.
That's right.
Next to that bedroom performance.
There's no
then
shame.
Check out Blue Chew.
Get into the Hall of Fame the right way, your way. It doesn't matter.
And just one more time here, the Blue Chew will, if you go to BlueChew.com and get your first shipment, when you use promo code GYBB, just pay the $5 shipping, and BLUEChew.com, promo code GYBB. Check it out. And we want to thank them for sponsoring the podcast.
My point is, whether or not you actually pay for the consultation or you listen to the show, seeking help is not weakness. It is admitting, hey,
yeah,
I don't know how to
I don't
fix
know what
this
I'm doing.
problem. And it's okay to not know. Like, if you were a carpenter and you didn't know what the fuck you're doing, seek help.
Right.
Don't just keep nailing things.
Right,
So
but
that shows...
that makes perfect
but
sense
that
for
shows-
addiction.
but-
if you're fucking addicted and you can't seek help and you feel his weakness to seek help, there's something wrong with that. If there's a broad who calls you a user and you don't know this shit ain't right, I gotta bounce.
But if
It's
you're
weird to me.
if you're taking heroin and you don't know that that's not right, what's the difference?
No, I'm talking about seeking help, Pop.
But seeking help is the same
but
thing,
no,
though.
Yeah, but seeking help, if you're addicted and you're having a hard time seeking help, or if you do seek help it's not a sign of weakness.
It's not. No.
Right.
I know you're kidding. It's not a sign of weakness.
It's not a sign of weakness. No, that's not. If that's how. Is that what
No,
I said?
No, that's actually what you said.
You literally said it, but I know you were.
Fuck these junkies, son. You're weak, bitch ass crackheads and shit.
Okay,
Fix your shit. Stand on your 2 feet, you motherfucker. Here's $5.
Next intervention, Angelo is not invited to the next intervention.
What I'm saying is like seeking help if you have a substance problem or you're an alcoholic.
You're saying those are justified?
No, right. Well, seeking help is justified, right?
Sure.
But a lot of
Seeking
times they feel it's a sign of weakness. I can do it myself, so on and so forth.
It's not,
but
yeah.
it's not. But
in the
it
context
totally
of a
is not.
relationship,
You keep talking like as if someone real close to you is seeking
but these
help.
people
as far
are
as
real
addiction.
close to me.
No, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
But someone who's
We
seeking
love the
help.
fans.
So, you kidding me? I don't even know him, and I love him. I spent a half hour with this one dude. He didn't even know it. I fell in love with him. But to
Gay.
and I'm not gonna. And I'm not. It's gonna sound like I'm shitting on him, but I'm not. But you kind of have to know your place in that relationship, especially if she comes off with some shit like you're a user, and you know that's not
You
what
should.
you are.
Right.
So you have to, and so he decides he's gonna pack his shit, right? So he's gonna pack his shit, and she says, if you leave, it's forever. We're done. It's forever. Who the fuck packs his shit and not think it's forever anyway?
Oh, people do that all
Nigga,
the time.
that's weakness. Then is my point.
Yes.
If you're packing your
What is
shit,
that?
and
But
if you're packing your shit,
let's be
if you're
honest,
at the,
what is it?
if you're at the point, if you're packing your shit, but in the back of your head,
What?
you go, I hope to come back.
Okay, let's go.
Don't pack your
let's
shit.
back up. Is it weakness or is it inauthenticity? Maybe both, but it's definitely inauthentic.
Yeah, it's-
because
it's
you're
all- it's
packing
all-
your
it's-
shit
right, it's totally
with a
inauthentic.
shock value. I'm going
Right.
and then she
And
pulls
it backfired on him.
and then it backfires.
She
and
called
then-
his bluff.
Right now, that's why I don't believe in bluffing
Right.
because
And so then don't even bother packing your shit.
Right.
Just talk it out, figure the shit
And
out.
I said that.
Or you got to bounce.
Right.
It's one or the other.
And really, it's only one.
What do you mean?
His only real option in that situation is to leave.
Is to leave. Okay.
Because here is what she is misrepresenting what he is as a person.
Right.
So to stay there is to stay there with somebody who.
How long? Do we know how long they've been
I
together?
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because the daughter was he's
24.
been she
Bitch is 24.
The daughter grew. He was taking her to school and whatever. So I'm assuming. If I had to estimate, and this is my point. I don't know, so I'm estimating.
So yeah,
I'm not.
How long do you think? How long do you think?
3 years.
You saying 3 years?
2-3 years.
Look, can we reach out to him and ask him?
Yeah, I can ask him.
Let's
Not
ask
now.
him.
I can ask him.
Can you text him and ask him?
Yeah, let me ask him.
Let's find out.
All right.
Because motherfucker, if you hit this shit on the head, you got Angelo B. If you hit this 3-year number on the fucking head,
What is the
got
air
Angelo.
either way?
And I am-
what are we going either
none.
way?
It has to be 3, nigga.
Has to be three?
Not 2 and 8 months.
Has to be 3,
Not
nigga.
3 and 4 months.
Wow.
No, nigga, it's got to be 3.
Wow, that's a hell of a gambling line,
Motherfucker, you know what I'm
But part of me
offering?
wants to. Part of me
You know what
really.
Let's
Let's roll them bones. Let's do it, baby.
You know what and both you motherfuckers, hands, don't you text that motherfucker with a 3.
They don't know. They don't even know.
I ain't even answered the nigga email. I read it and I was like, I don't know what the fuck going on here.
Unless it's about free food, Andre does not answer.
Don't
Let's
act
see.
like you don't want free food, Harry.
I do, but I don't say
But
it out loud.
I'm a
Try to keep
proponent.
my dignity.
I'm a proponent. I'm that dude that if you make that decision, you got it. There's no.
I
turning
agree with you,
back.
but there's a lot of
You
people
can't
who
sit
don't
there
know.
pack your shit
There's a lot of people who
and
are
then get
just
stunned when she says, "If you leave, it's there's no coming back." That's ridiculous to me.
I'm
Why
trying to
would you
think
even
what I
bother?
would think. I've never had that situation happen to me, and the person when I was leaving, they said, "If you leave, it's over." So I don't know how I'd react, but
If you
I have
leave me now, you're taking away a part of me. Please don't go. Boom, boom, boom.
I never thought I'd wish you were freestyling again, but you did
That
it.
shit makes me want to pack my shit and leave. I've always been that dude. Like when people are
I
together,
think-
whenever I've been in my history, whenever people share and they're together, and one person gets to the point in which they say, "I no longer want to be with you," that's a lot of thought, and that's a lot of that shit just didn't come out of nowhere because of one thing you've done. This is something that's been festering.
Absolutely.
That depends, though.
It's something that's been festering, though.
Depends on what, though? This I'm confused about.
Okay, so this is why it depends.
Either way, if it's been festering and they say it, I've always been that dude. If it's that one thing that just happened, and I'm still that dude. If you say I'm out or we're broken up, my shit has always been, are you sure?
Are you talking about?
Are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure?
Right.
Because once I go, and it invariably it happens, I leave, and they call me back, and they were like, I miss you, and
never coming back.
I can't do it.
How much of that is about moving your stuff, though? I mean, physically. Or you're like, once I move,
You know
bitch,
what?
understand.
It's a bitch.
Once I get
It's
this
a
tape
month.
out and
It's
rent the
a-
U-Haul,
We done.
we are done.
Now, what if you say, are you sure? And she says yes, and then you come back to move out, and then she goes, no, stay. You're like, yeah, I was having a hard time getting my man with the van.
Nah, you got to figure that out.
I think once Angelo has to start researching the U-Haul number,
It's done.
It's done.
He got his weight belt on.
He
ready
put
to lift the couch. Like, bitch, I done got this shit ready.
Got the truck already. Like, what we gonna do
I
with
double
what
parked
we gonna
outside?
do with a van with no windows? We can't ride around in this.
I just think people, and there's second
They're frivolous
chances. There's
with
second
it.
chances, and I totally get that. But I'm that dude
I
that
agree with that.
if I'm in, I'm in, and you're
Right.
supposed to be as in.
And if you're
I'm that
not-
dude. I'm that dude who, if I feel that I can say I no longer want to be with you, or I feel like I no longer want to be with you, I'm not going to be with you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I say it, that means fuck you.
That's the
It's done so. You know
word
what I
is
mean?
bond
We-
contract.
Yeah, the word is
Oh,
bond.
yeah.
We done.
And you have
so
to
if you
hold
say
her
it-
responsible
And
for
so, right, inversely, if you say it to me, I'm like, I know the process that it took for you to say this.
But
and to feel
everybody
this way.
doesn't. And here, now I'm going to throw somebody some bail money which is where you cutting them off short. I don't disagree that that's how you should respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have people who are accustomed. You got reckless chicks to say all kinds of reckless shit out their mouth
And
because
no one
they-
holds them accountable.
because they haven't been accountable, and it's always been okay. And
See,
so,
but then the difference here is who you dealing with, right? Because if this bitch is all willy nilly with her shit, you got to hold her accountable.
absolutely.
So if
But
you don't
that's
hold
what
her
we're trying to
accountable,
teach people to
yeah,
do,
but you
Angelo.
can't. Right. So then all of a sudden, if she says this shit, you can't. This shit is it's on a whole different level.
Yeah,
so
he-
you can't lump this in with that other irresponsible shit that the
What do
bitch
you mean?
says. Well, it's. My point is that you need to nip that shit in the bud.
Absolutely. But if
she's
he
all-
had done that,
here's a great.
So you-
go ahead.
if he had
something
done that,
like-
he wouldn't be calling Dante.
Yeah.
But that's the point.
If
is
he
that
had did that out the gate,
If Woody would have gone to the police,
exactly.
Right.
This
If
would
he
never
had did
happen.
it out the gate, then he wouldn't be in the situation that he is now.
But more often than not, dudes don't do it out the gate.
they
Of
don't.
course not, because they're thinking. And what did he say? I was thinking with my dick,
He did say that.
right?
Yeah.
So so what you think is you're selling your manhood and your integrity for some pussy.
Which is the irony is when you say no and you hold somebody accountable,
Then they always want to give you some pussy.
yeah. So you're actually, even though you think that's the way to do it, you're counting yourself, you're cheating yourself financially, so to speak, as far as like pussy goes.
You
If
put
you're-
your fucking foot down. Now I'm sounding like, no, this is your realm. This is your realm. son.
No, finish.
No, I'm saying if you
No, I
put
wanna
your
hear
foot
it. I
down.
wanna
No,
hear it.
no, I'm saying if you put your foot down, right? If
You gotta put it
and
down.
It's not right. And when I say put your foot down, my putting my foot down and your put, it's two different things.
No, it's the
what I'm
same.
saying is just asserting.
I don't know
Mine
if
is
that's I don't know
barefoot
if that's
son
the same.
stomping you with it.
Yeah,
That's the greatest story ever. Have you ever shared that story on the show?
Of course.
a lot.
Oh my God.
Diff-
that's
which
the-
one?
It's
The
the greatest story
barefoot stomping
This
Oh,
motherfucker
which-
for
stomped-
the $8.
Oh, for the $8 one, or
stomped
the
dude out
or
in
the
a G-string and barefoot
For
for
$8.
$8.
for the $8?
And
Or
there's nothing about. There's not one aspect of that story that's not gold.
my favorite part is the people calling the day after. All your friends call and go, "Hey man, remember that $1.50 that
I'm
I
dropping
bought?
it off.
I'm just on payday. I'm
Check
gonna
your
give it to you."
PayPal. Check your PayPal, man.
That's like James Goff.
Oh,
They say,
yeah.
"Yo, can I talk to you?" "Yeah, what's up? You wearing shoes?" "Yeah." "You know that money I owe you?"
Got on some soft bottoms.
What do you got?
But
sneakers
my
today, or
point
going,
is,
you going
you
cowboy
have
boots?
to. My point is, you have to assert. It's all honest and it's all like.
Look, I haven't
so
told
you
this-
can't be surprised when if you're allowing this shit to happen that she just comes off at her neck,
Right.
with shit like that.
Well, you're right, because this is if she got to this point, this is reckless behavior that's been going on all along.
Do you get that? Did you get that
Of course.
from the talk, from the
Oh, yeah.
consultation,
Oh,
from
yeah.
what he was explaining?
Yeah, nobody
So,
goes.
so you think it was a pattern of her doing this type of shit.
She's
to
a
him.
reckless bitch.
Yeah.
The whole time. Reckless bitch the whole time.
Which is this chapter 4 in his book, Reckless Bitch.
Forward by Andre.
These bitches be reckless.
That's the entire forward too.
The whole forward.
Chapter 4. That shit is hilarious.
That's like when Andre talks about he was talking to this chick and I was eating. I was eating and you was like, yeah, I was dating this girl. She was like, you don't let me get away with nothing. And I was like, dump that bitch. She's a problem.
Yeah.
And he was like, what?
But that's why. No, but then that's why, because I remember the last time I was here. And by the way, last time I was here was far funnier than this time.
That's what you say.
Come on, that
the
first
lost
half.
tapes.
That first half. God
was
damn, it
fine.
was good.
I don't know how helpful it was, but it was funnier.
Nigga, we're not trying.
fuck
I'm
no.
not trying to help. I don't give a fuck.
I know.
But the last time I was here, we brought that up, and so I had asked you, did she have a pattern of saying shit like, you know what I mean, like why would she come off?
You said, they said, Andre and Harry said Dante changed my life. And
who said? Oh, they both said.
They said
Andre and Harry.
Yes, and
did
you
say
said.
I laughed.
And then you laughed,
And
right?
then I said, do tell. I said, oh my God, do tell.
Right. And then Harry said, go ahead, Harry, take it from there. What the conversation was.
Which aspect of
When
it?
he
Sorry.
said that, he said,
doesn't
he was
remember.
like, tell me.
How? You wanted to know how he changed my life? I mean,
Yeah.
It's just the perspective on what to deal with relationships, knowing what you're supposed to expect of yourself.
Right.
And how being confident and being in control of things
Right.
allows you more clarity. Like it sounds like generalities, but it's
Really
knowing
specific, too.
Yeah, it's knowing what the reality of the
Mine
knowing
is more specific.
what is yours?
When you think,
Fix
hold
my
on.
temperament.
When you think, when you're in a situation, you start thinking like, what would Dante?
WWDD.
What would Dante
What would
do?
Dante do? Do you hear that voice he just gave you? Like, yeah, come on, nigga, that's specific. you ever get that voice in your head? Like, no,
not
because
that
we just
voice
like, no, baby,
specifically.
this is the way it should be. And come on, nigga, tell her what tell her how she be.
It's more of a like a
Come
Darth
on.
It's like a Darth Vader voice. I'm to the dark
Now,
side.
my Dante is a blaxploitation movie. Hey, brother, come on, stop shucking and jiving. Get a bitch to business.
These job turkeys and chumps don't want no piece of you. Goddamn.
Here's a royal crown, sour cherry.
Yours is more like a black dynamite.
Yeah,
Is that
you got
what
on
you're
three
saying?
coats for no reason.
Dynamite. Hush up, ladies. You gonna wake up the other hoes.
He changed my life in seeing the relationships for what they are with the clarity of what's going on. That women do things that you can't be angry at them for because it's instinctual. They're going to do that, and we react a certain way, and it's okay, but you have to fix the direction.
That's my change. Is
Right.
The react. I would do get the fuck out of my house too fast.
Too fat. You had the opposite
I
problem.
just get
we come from
angry and I'm like,
opposite.
bye, bitch, and
But-
I'm wilding.
Well, hold
wilding.
on. So then Dante fixed that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like
I would
Dante
just be
came in
wa-
he came from the other angle of this shit.
I do it all
Like
the
Absolutely.
time.
like you were the dude who like you would
Oh,
jump to
angry.
conclusions.
You think I just dunk? I shoot threes. I shoot threes. I
Well,
go to the
so-
hole and I got assist.
So he
triple
can't-
double, nigga.
See what Dante
so
is.
Dante came at you like, nah, nigga,
'Cause
it's
I'm
you.
the
It's not her,
hothead.
it's you.
I'm the hothead with
So
it.
he
it's
came
like,
at you like, nah, it's
Let
not.
me-
It's not her, it's you. Type
Let-
shit.
some of the times it was definitely.
Let me
me
tell you
just
what
shutting
Dante-
shit
what
off.
Dante
That's
is.
respect.
Dante
Respect.
is the pimp who, like, think of it as like an actual pimp with the hat and the cape and everything.
Which
and the,
I would never
and
do.
The cane. And the cane. On one end,
This
he's
shit is a
telling
cobalt
me.
blue fucking
Right.
fur.
You act like he doesn't have a cobalt blue fur.
It's, Harry, that's why I brought it up.
Oh, really? All right, fair enough. It's my favorite color, by the way. Don't call it navy. I will slap you in the face.
It's not navy, B.
It's not navy.
not
It's
navy.
cobalt blue.
There's no other color but cobalt.
It's cobalt blue. I have
You've
a pair
got
of
to
boots.
know. You got to know the periodic. What is the periodic table?
The periodic table.
Cobalt
To
blue.
know this
Cobalt
motherfucker,
blue.
the color of his fur.
Gators. He
Cobalt
got
blue.
double monk gators.
Double monk.
But on my end,
Yo, you got to picture those gators? He's talking about these gators, man.
I will
Shoes.
send you. I have them somewhere. I'll find it on my
Picture-
Instagram. I'll send
yeah,
it to you.
I want to see. You put them on Instagram.
I did put them on Instagram. Well, I
wanna
put my
see
feet up on the announce table. I
wanna
was
see 'em.
doing
I wanna
some.
see 'em.
I'll send them
'Cause
to
them
you.
shits look hot.
On my end, he's got to teach me how to be like stronger. He's got to come and teach Andre. Andre's stomping somebody out. He's like, hey, you
With
got
golf shoes.
Yeah, you got to like dial it back. On my end, I got to learn how to be tougher and stronger.
Dante looked at him. Did he owe you $8?
Yeah.
Let them bitches
You got to
fly.
go. You got to go after him. Meanwhile,
like,
Andre.
nah.
No, he did not owe me $8. Then you need to let him go.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Andre.
Put your shoes on, nigga.
$750.
And why you out here with no pants?
Meanwhile, Andre's choking
And
somebody
golf
with
shoes.
choking somebody with his belt. He's like, "For what? $8? No, it's a gumball that he took from me." And Dante has to go, "Hey, man, young blood, you gotta cool it."
So that's interesting
Blood?
because he showed you.
Say blood? Yeah.
He came at you with the perspective of being a little more assertive with
Compassionate?
the,
Sure.
with the women, and he came at you from the other angle in which,
Yeah,
slow that
be
shit
chill,
down, B.
chill,
It's
yeah.
not them, it's you
Chill,
sometimes.
son. Chill, son.
That's interesting, Papa.
Yeah, I had to learn how to be more assertive.
I know you don't get that.
Well, I don't get what? I don't
Off
get
that
what?
from me. Like, you don't get that from me.
That's
I
not
think
true.
my shit shocked him
That's
more.
not not true at all because I know that's who you are. Like we've had conversations in which
But
you
you-
do express that way.
Okay.
But the way you come off, and maybe I just don't know enough.
Yeah.
But Beige comes off like, nah, it's this way, and I promise you, it's her.
No, well,
No, it's actually
That's
the
my
opposite.
misconception.
It's
Yeah,
you.
okay.
That's my. I'm
Yeah,
letting you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
always-
my misconception.
Yeah.
My misconception is like you're always pro dude.
yeah.
That's my misconception.
Which is ironic because
everybody I know comes at you with this bitch ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? My girl's a bum bitch, and you
But
come at
it's-
them and you fix that, right? But
More than not, they are. But just no.
exactly. That's my point. That's my point because that's what you really in your heart of hearts feel that.
No.
But every now and again, something like this, like Andre will filter in.
Yeah,
like,
but I'll see
you know
the
what?
I'll see
This,
it.
this is not a bum bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the misconception, and that's my bad, because I shouldn't be jumping to that conclusion, but I also think it's fucking hilarious to jump to that conclusion.
Sure.
Because the beige that thinks that bitches ain't shit is hilarious to me.
Now-
but I know.
Now we did start our
but
show one time. For a long time, the intro of the show, the very first words
Fuck
on
your
the show
mama,
was
too.
"Bitches ain't shit," and "Fuck your mama, I'll fuck her too."
Yeah.
Now it's not a great way to start it. I understand that's sending mixed signals.
But,
right out
but
the
having
gate.
said that, having conversations for the many years that we know each other, I know there's that part of you. You know what I mean? I know
Right.
I know
There's a compassionate
there's
part,
it's there, and
empathetic,
there's
it's-
empathy, and so I know that for a fact.
And my empathy is huge. It's extensively huge. But
Every time I hear
It sounds,
huge, I just think
it
of
sounds
Joe.
like he named his cock. He named his cock
huge.
empathy.
Empathy.
My empathy is huge.
my empathy
I
is
just
huge.
You wanna see my
imagine
empathy?
Trump.
It's huge.
Bitch, you want to see some empathy?
And it's circumcised. My empathy is
Yo,
circumcised.
son, I ate this whole pack, son.
Yo, fascinated by this candy guy.
Yo, Royal Crown, man. Royal Crown. I'm going to plug the fuck out of them because they are delicious. Royal Crown sour. Is that the only flavor?
They do a lemon, and I think they do a
Hey, man.
grape. Yeah,
Nah,
but the cherry's the best. I don't fuck with nothing else.
Lemon and grape don't count.
I've been
You got lemon,
I've
they got
been eating
lemon
that. I've been eating that candy. Like I was eating that candy when I was like 6, 7 years old.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of things. You know,
Is
like
he going to sit there?
Yeah.
like violets.
Nah, we got, Regal Crown sitting there, baby. He got
Yeah,
to
we'll move it
he got to
on
find
in.
another seat, Daddy.
Yeah.
The Regal Crown sitting there, baby.
You can catch?
Yeah, I can catch.
So, but with Andre. So, but to the same token, Andre was when I was like when he
By
said
the same token.
By the same-
By as a preposition.
okay. Yeah. But when Andre said but Andre has a thing where he don't see it. So when the chick was like, "You don't never let me get away with nothing," and I looked up, I was like, "Dump her. She's a problem."
And I didn't. And then later on, this is a thing that she actually said at one point. This is probably like 3-4 months in, like 2 or 3 days past. No, exactly 3 days past. And she sent me a text. She was like, "We should go celebrate." I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "We ain't fighting 3 days. I was behaving myself for 3 whole days." And I'm like, "That's
Wrong
not
answer.
a time to celebrate, bitch. That's normal to not fight for 3 days. I'm not buying
I'm not
nothing
buying you dinner.
for this."
So even in her, I'm behaving good.
In her brain,
she is creating
3 days is like, oh my God, we did it.
right, but she's still creating
We did it. That's
she is still creating a shitty precedent. Even in her trying to be a good person,
Yeah.
she subconsciously is being a shitty person by going, "Well, now I deserve something." You're like, "No, wrong answer. You're
Now,
just
but the
supposed to be
thing-
good."
I mean, going 3 days in a relationship, going 3 days without conflict, that's like, you should be able to do that. I mean, right? I mean,
Agreed.
it's not like
Agreed.
if who wants to be in that? You know what I mean? Like, every third day is something gonna jump the fuck. Like,
Right.
It doesn't, like, why would you be in that situation?
Let me ask.
So
what time you have to get out of here?
Oh, I don't have a time, Papa.
So you want to just hang out and we'll just do a 2-part and split?
Let's do a 2-part with.
let
me check. Okay.
Hey, you want to check what each time?
I mean, either way, we can still rock, and then how long you got to stay, you stay.
Because if not, I'll add on to this. I'll put on the rest of the episode that we did record and combine it with this.
We'll just run it as 2, and then we can figure it out.
We'll figure it out after.
All right.
We'll figure it out.
Let me give a big round of applause. My boy from overseas.
I didn't get an applause. I didn't get a round of applause.
Yes, you did. I hit you. You don't remember hearing that?
I got that.
Thank you.
I did.
I didn't get that.
I specifically.
And you didn't say applause. I know you said give it up for, and I thought.
And then I give it up for.
Don't be a pussy.
Are we frozen yet?
We're not frozen yet. No.
And then it was like, this nigga here.
This nigga.
I
remember that? You remember the gunshots?
I remember the shots. Those are for Harry, though.
I remember the gunshots were for me.
Because he went at me because the equipment.
I think y'all should fight, though.
No, stop.
Not
Hold on, let me introduce Adrian from overseas. Funny dude, travels all over the world.
Internationally
known and locally recognized. Give it up for Adrian Menkowitz.
Thank you very much, guys. 2 applause, bitch. There you
Who you calling a bitch, man? Is that in general or me because I brought it up? I just met you, man. That's the motherfucker you want to fight. You better go to Andre. That's that nigga that want to fight.
So,
Angelo just wants to eat more candy.
Dude, have you had these? These fucking Regal Crown sour cherry?
Never.
Why are you
Never.
He's an ambassador.
What the fuck is this?
He quit comedy to work for these niggas now. Yo, Trevor, fuck it. I'm good. I'm good, baby.
Googling the fuck out of these motherfuckers, and I'm following them. I'm a groupie.
But
Adrian.
What's
welcome,
up, guys?
welcome back to
Thank you
America.
very much.
welcome.
As
Just
always,
jump into this because we're right in the middle of some shit.
we're trying to. Adrian is a
Adrian's been on the show.
former
How many times you
player.
been on the- how many times you been on the show?
This is probably his 4th appearance.
This one,
maybe
4th
third.
or 5th?
4th or 5th. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
The last one was a nutty one, wasn't it? Something
yeah.
bizarre
Oh, it was
happened.
insane.
Yeah,
The
what
last
was
one, I
that?
don't know what the fuck was going
Yeah, I
on.
was
Who was here
Like,
last
I felt
time?
that you changed the dynamics of this podcast.
No,
It
what
was like something weird was going on. I was like,
I'll tell you,
okay.
it wasn't anything
I'm
weird.
here. I will participate.
Dante had a Red Bull right before the show, which is always a bad sign because it kicks in and then he loses his fucking shit
Yo, Red Bull for
and
real.
he can't quarterback this show anymore.
Red Bull is on some shit though.
It's
Like
not.
Do you have Red
look at
Bull
this
now?
shit. Red
I
Bull
can
is
have
on
a
some
Red Bull.
serious.
Do we have one? Let's see if we
Dante,
have
you
one.
know me. You know I drink.
If
You
we
know
do, it's
you
yours.
know I've done a
Dante,
lot
let
of
me
cocaine.
give him some shit
you
that
know,
I'll be giving you.
I've done a lot of drugs. I had a Red Bull one time. Man, that shit was. I didn't know what the fuck to do with
How?
myself.
I don't understand how people get little for Red Bull.
That's because you
Well,
an addict, nigga. You need help.
No. I will tell you one story. When I started stand-up in Buenos Aires, the first show that they had...
No need to
wasn't
brag.
the...
I can't have this nigga sitting here bragging and
I
shit.
am from there. That's
Buenos
not bragging.
Aires.
When I tell you that they
Yeah,
perform in
Argentina.
Tokyo, that's bragging. So I was in Buenos Aires, my first hour show. I was...
Again, this nigga. Jesus Christ. I'm working on 20 minutes. This motherfucker.
Don't be shy, motherfucker. So anyway, I am producing my hour. I'm doing everything. I am running. I am paying the guys to give flyers in the street, everything.
He also
So I
did
used
the
to come...
catering. The catering. He did
So-
the-
Will
Motherfucker got a
Smith is
street
there.
team. He got a street team.
He is the street team.
Well, I was a
Crowd.
street team too. It's not that I was fucker. You go to that corner and you do.
You hustle,
I
you
was,
hustle.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to go with those guys at the beginning. My show was around 1 a.m.
Okay.
on Saturdays. So I arrived there at 10 p.m. And also it was a fucking Argentinian theater. So 1 a.m. was 2 a.m. or 12:30. It was something like that. But I always was going 1 hour late.
Them
If
niggas
I
in-
didn't
them niggas
have-
in Argentina don't know how to tell time.
You know, AP time.
Yeah.
AP time.
If I,
Argentinian people
yeah,
time.
oh yeah. If I didn't get 2 Red Bulls with vodka before performing, I couldn't make the show.
Really?
Because I was so fucking tired. I was hustling all the time, 3 hours in the street. Then I realized that it wasn't good for me, as for Dante, you know, because I was kind of
quick.
accelerated. So then I started regulating.
Red
but
Bull-
that
It's like
moment-
you have to cut the Red Bull with vodka.
Red Bull is like
Straight Red Bull is
160.
crazy.
I don't never do the big one. I've seen
The little skinny- the
I
little
do
skinny
the little
can.
skinny joint.
Dude, I had one at the Laugh Lounge back in the day.
Ah,
It was crazy. I was just, my heart was flat. I was like,
Really?
And this is a dude who's
That's
done a
so-
lot of cocaine in his life. Red Bull fucked me up.
Wow.
One
I was
can
like,
of
I've
Red
never-
Bull is 111 milligrams of caffeine. That's
You know
like
what the fuck that
espresso.
means?
No, it's like 4 espresos.
All
Red
right,
Bull,
so
right?
I was a little
That's
off. I was a little off.
nothing.
It was
But if you take 8 espressos
March-
in 2 hours,
hold on.
motherfucker.
March 2017.
What happened?
Okay, so you were off.
He decided
So
to go.
the dude that
But
you,
he
the dude
dealt
that you
with her a little
consulted.
bit. He dealt with her
That's
before,
almost
but
2
they
years.
moved in
No,
together
no.
March 2017.
Okay.
They dated before, so it's still around 2 years.
Thank God, man, because I'm a man of my word. So and if that shit was 3 on the nose and I had to be
We had to pay
a
him?
part of the Church of the Beige,
I
be
said
like-
2
thought you
to
put
3
money
though.
on it.
no, oh,
2 to 3.
you said 3.
You
No,
said
you
2 to
said 2 to
3.
3.
He said
But in all
no.
fairness,
You said
it
3.
technically isn't 2 yet.
All right, fair enough.
But
But
it
even
doesn't
you
matter.
said 3. No, fuck that. He said 3.
Fuck.
He didn't say 2 to 3.
You don't have to be in the church.
fine.
I'm not going to baptize
But
you.
guess what?
And we don't have
Guess
enough
what?
candies for you in the
Ice?
church.
Ice?
Do you have
Right,
ice? Oh,
I
ice
think-
is right there.
But
Okay.
you know what, Pop?
Mm.
I'm already.
You win.
Oh, yeah,
got
yeah.
But I'm that dude. I'm agnostic.
Well,
I'm agnostic.
Yes. All right, fair enough.
I'm not
But-
atheist,
Right.
and I'm not fucking these guys.
Not beige.
I'm not one of these guys.
You kind of.
What the fuck is that supposed? One of these
I'm
guys
not
pointed at me and
agnostic.
Andre.
I'm not agnostic. I mean, I'm not an atheist,
I'm free to come and go as I please,
But
as
I'm
long as I
also-
let Dante know about it.
but I'm also not these Scientology motherfuckers.
This nigga's trying to be Leah Remini. I'm not. He's just hating on me.
We need to get that bitch in here to fucking uncover this. But respect, man.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
I'll
it.
fuck. Yeah, I'll fuck with that.
Well, here's what- and I was saying, but I don't have a. So
I'd be interested to see if you get like hate mail from me. You know what I mean? Like the
You
motherfuckers that
might,
really
they might,
follow
well,
you.
yeah,
Who the
they-
fuck is that dude?
I mean, if we
Fuck,
ask
I
for
can-
it,
if I
if you
ask
guys
for it,
want,
we can send it to
we
you.
could make sure it happens.
We can make sure. No, let it be organic, you asshole. Don't be an asshole, Harry.
Angela's
might
been
have
talking
just-
shit
you
about
might
all
have
of you
just
guys.
Did it just
But,
then.
yeah, probably, yeah.
Too
but,
late.
but I have a feeling that that's going to happen regardless. And that's cool, because I'm coming from a place
Who
of
has
love.
gotten hate mail on this? Have we ever had anyone
Yes,
get some?
that Caitlin Bailey.
Okay, Bailey got a little bit of hate mail.
Ugh, they hate
But
it.
hey, Caitlin was talking about some outrageous shit a little bit that didn't
Yo, can we
sense.
make sure we're not frozen?
We are not frozen. I am making sure. We got a backup going.
What was the
Angelo.
issue that you were talking when I arrived? About
So
3
we would-
days
we
with
would-
no fights.
Okay, we would. So Angelo came on
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
The computer froze up and we didn't get the episode out, but
Okay.
it was his first time on the show,
Okay.
and it was kind of a thing where they were testifying the fact how I helped them in their life with relationships.
Okay. Yeah.
Dante has changed my life completely with
And that's what
Okay.
that Angelo had a problem with that.
I,
Like, he-
I have a problem with that. You don't have a
Why?
problem with
Why?
that?
Why?
Because Angelo. Is
I
a
know
good guy.
Harry.
'cause he's from
I
the
know
mob.
Dante, and I believe Harry that he changed his life.
Oh, it's not that I don't believe it.
Ah, okay.
I completely believe
Yeah.
it.
he's from the
Oh,
Bronx.
what's the
You can't
problem?
really say that.
Dante fucking changed Harry's life. Having said that, Harry was a grown man before Dante changed his life.
But that's normal. If,
So?
for example, my friends, normally I'm the go-to guy when something happens. I don't change lives,
You're on their
but
side,
I
aren't
give
you,
you.
brother?
Well, yeah.
Who's
but
this
yeah,
guy?
I understand.
We gotta
Menkowitz?
tell. I am.
Oh, we
I am-
know. I
no
know
matter-
he was in Barcelona. I know that.
But
Who's this Madrid sounding
is,
motherfucker? Toddy Spanish motherfucker.
See, this is the thing that Trump's getting at. We're starting to fight each other.
Exactly.
We got to be working together
Exactly.
instead of focusing on who's from
So my
Madrid,
thing,
who's from
no, it's
Argentina.
just- it's really interesting. I know Dante many years, and so that was my first time.
But my
here.
being a grown man, you said Harry was a grown
That
man.
was,
What is that? Was,
relax, Harry.
okay, I'm,
Let it go.
no. But I am
might have to
interested.
fight.
I am interested.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
Now I gotta fight Harry.
Look at
And
Andre.
this motherfucker- and then Andre's like, I got next. Like, everybody relax. Everybody relax. What I'm saying is, it's like the dude we talking about that you consulted that I sat in on.
he sat in on a consultation that Dante did over
so-
the phone.
right,
Okay.
He was with him when he was, so he got to witness Dante.
in action,
helping
at
somebody
work.
over
At
there.
work.
I remember.
At work. So it's like there's certain triggers that a human being, and I hate distinguishing, and that's also a problem that I have as far as compartmentalizing, because women do this, men do that. To a certain extent, that is true, but we all react as human beings. We all
No,
react.
I agree with that. I
Right.
agree with
I
that.
so do
I
I.
agree
So
that
do I.
generalizing
It's a little, and that
to a
has-
point.
right? So
to a
that,
point.
So I have,
but
that's
what I
kind
mean,
of like what I'm a stickler
I will
about
compare
him.
with this is, for example, if you don't know how to deal with women,
Yeah.
it's the same as if someone, a monk, comes to you and tells you how to meditate.
Yeah.
If now I don't meditate, I don't do yoga, I don't do anything,
Right.
and suddenly a guy comes and he tells me this will change your life,
Right.
and he really teach me, he will change my life.
Right.
The thing is with anything, with women, if you say, nah, you are following their game,
Right.
you need your game.
Right.
And in your
But-
game
but
and
we're
in your
also-
field, you will win.
But we're also comparing a philosophy that's thousands of years old.
Well,
Yoga.
men
So
and
that's
women,
yoga.
men and women, they go millions. They go millions.
That's true.
There was
Well-
once a caveman going, I'm going to leave, and the cave woman is going, if you leave, don't come back.
And if you take,
Take
your
your club
club
with you.
get it the fuck out of
Yeah.
Yeah,
here.
but then he's like, how many other caves are there?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and unpack this rock.
He's
Yeah.
like, and where am I going to get to the fucking
Yeah.
bison?
Yeah.
There's
Right.
only 2
But
blocks
at-
away.
Good luck,
but
good
at
luck
that-
with those tigers, bitch.
But at that point, I'm leaving. If you leave, don't come back, then you're going to starve to death, bitch. Because
Right.
how you going to kill? You know what I mean? Like, how you going to
Sure.
fucking gather and hunt?
You can't do both.
But it's
Or
it's
do you hunt
today's
and gather?
today's
What's
need
the
is
order?
not necessarily hunter gatherer, but there's different needs that a woman needs, and vice versa.
that still fall under the same quality category as hunting and gathering.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm from your school, Angelo.
And-
I'm
Right.
still
So what he just said, so what are you saying?
What I'm saying also is, my belief. This is
Them candies are delicious.
Yeah,
right?
it is. This is
I
good
will
as
try one,
motherfucker.
motherfucker. It's like,
Fucking, yo, you got to have one.
So,
yeah.
I believe that
Yeah, good.
that
Read the book, motherfucker.
used to be. Oh, say there's a chick, right?
Yeah.
You want the chick, I want the chick. We fight.
Right.
Whoever wins gets her.
That was back
right?
in the day.
That's no longer the case.
Right.
So now that behavior, that violent behavior, is no longer acceptable.
Right.
So how do women figure out how to find the best DNA? Because the reason why that happens evolutionary is because the person who wins has the strongest genetic material,
Right.
and that's why the species survives.
Right.
If you keep if women chose the wrong men, we would be extinct today.
Right.
Throughout time. I don't know how long that would take, but if women consistently choose the wrong men, we will be extinct, which is primarily why I think we have a problem with at least the framing of the feminist movement, because it emasculates men at a level that could cause our species to go
Now
extinct.
that being
But I
said,
think-
we agree there's a reason for the feminine movement to exist.
Absolutely.
Right.
I understand that there's abuse and toxic masculinity and
Yeah, that's your vote.
all of those things are present, but you still have
Okay.
to have a conversation of that, and you can't just go from one extreme to the next. So I believe that women have found a way to weed out weaker beta males by being the fight. The test itself.
So the duel is with the dude and her. Because I was thinking,
Yes.
as he was saying it, like dudes would duel for the broad.
Right.
But because it's no longer acceptable, like women now get in dudes' heads in which they fight themselves.
They fight us.
They fight.
But
So this
they
is what I
fight-
say.
no, the dude.
A woman gives you shit
Right.
to make sure you are the shit.
Okay.
So, so when you
but the women are different in different continents. That's
yes,
my point.
but the
it's
battle
totally
is,
different.
No,
Well,
it's
no.
the same.
No, wait.
It just
hold on.
takes it in a
Hold
different.
On. Hold on, brother man.
What?
Listen to a man from another continent.
No,
Don't
not
be
only
that dude.
This dick is international, baby. I don't know what you
Well,
heard.
this is the
Nigga,
thing.
you universal,
I would
I
say
get
that South American women are really different from women from North America,
Oh,
from
them shits are called
Europeans.
Regal Crown.
I agree.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. What? These candies are called. I've been calling them Royal Crown.
That's
They're Regal
because
Crown.
you're an alcoholic.
No, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you fucking? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you fucking?
Yo, what minute of the show is this?
Why wouldn't you correct me, man? I've been saying Royal
I
Crown.
forgot it. I thought it. I didn't.
You thought it was Royal Crown?
No, I know it's Regal Crown, but when you kept saying it, it just kind of.
I have one important question for you,
Go ahead,
Dante.
go ahead.
Is what the fuck is going on in your podcast? Because now, the last time you were rigged with the Red Bull. Now he's obsessed with the fucking candy. And I say, it's
All right,
candy,
say-
man.
say what you was
It's
gonna-
just candy.
I'm sorry.
It's
Adrian.
Regal
Say-
Crown.
say
Yeah,
what
it's
you-
Regal Crown.
Say what you.
Sorry, Papa.
Say what you was going to
Well,
say.
I would say that to be the alpha in the different places for different women, you need different things. And in
agree.
this country, I would say that is the most that you will be the alpha with money.
No, Absolutely.
That's my conception.
No,
You
absolutely
could
not.
be.
Nah.
You could
No,
be,
no,
but
you are never.
No,
hold on,
okay.
hold on. Wait,
I think he makes. I think
You
he
don't
makes a
think
good point.
you're-
I think he makes a real good point.
Yeah,
in this
I kind of
country, to be an alpha, you have to have money.
No,
No, you
don't.
don't have to.
Well,
No, you don't.
No, I phrased that wrong. You don't have to have money, but you're in good standing if you have money. You have to be able to handle your shit though with money.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
having money is the end.
Yeah, for sure that because you have money, you are not the alpha. That is not what I'm trying to say.
Okay, and
Oh, yeah,
if you
for
have
sure.
money, you're not the alpha. If you don't have money, you're not the alpha. It doesn't mean you're not the alpha as well.
Because I
So,
would be in
so I'm not
shit.
saying
Yeah,
that.
I would say the alpha is a guy that can defeat any other guy. There's one alpha. There's one type of alpha. You can get
you're
your
talking
food.
About physically,
You
you're
can.
talking about physically alpha.
No, because this is. I
definition
totally
of
agree with
alpha
you
is-
that the woman puts the fight, and then because of the fight, you are the guy.
yes.
That I agree. But then you can have the parallel fight with another guy.
You can have the what?
Parallel.
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 Yeah. Sorry.
What do you
That's
mean
my accent.
parallel?
No,
Well, another guy fighting for the same woman. So then
Wait. What do you mean by? I'm not sure what you mean by
she's dating two guys at the same time.
that. Right.
So basically, she will choose, and then in two guys that they are really intelligent, smart, funny, then money will play a huge role in the decision.
You're saying it could be a difference
If they're,
maker.
yeah, but then
because
But
also,
also,
here's
let's
where
think
here's
about-
where you
you're talking about
Let's
survival.
Let's think about
Yeah.
let's think about fuck
Money
that
is
bitch
essential
who's
for
dating
survival.
two dudes at the same time.
Well-
how about if I find out this bitch I'm dating is dating another dude? Fuck that bitch. Like, how about that? Why?
Yeah.
Why now? Why?
We're talking about the interview process.
I'm gonna let you take that because I don't really feel like I'm equipped to
What do you mean?
get uncomfortable about dating more than one person.
That's not
So
what.
you
That's
gotta-
not how Dante
My point.
operates.
No.
Oh, I
And
forgot.
and
Okay, so now you can
but
talk
I-
less.
but I
In
get
this fact,
that.
great. I can have more
Yeah,
airtime
no,
now.
but Papa, you know.
I know what
There's
you're
a
saying.
certain there's a certain sincerity to you. There's a certain openness to you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you put your cards out there.
Right,
Like, I
right.
don't know exactly what your personal life is,
Right.
but you know, what I'm saying is if there's a woman who's dating two dudes and one dude finds out, oh fuck, she's cheating on me.
Now,
then,
is she
then
in a
why are
committed-
you fighting for her?
You shouldn't be.
My point.
But what he was saying, this two guys. Look, there's very few girls that are just dating one dude initially.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point.
Dating process
They're taking
is-
applications.
Yeah, exactly.
The human resource
Exactly.
department is open.
Yeah.
Which a
They're
woman,
taking applications.
which is easier for a woman to do, is to take multiple
Really,
applications.
player? Really? Really,
yeah,
player?
I think
Is that what it-
the amount of work I put into getting that
shut
number.
up.
As
Shut
high as
Everybody,
it
be
is-
quiet. Harry's weighing in.
Well, listen, you joke.
I know it's-
Catch this, you motherfucker.
It's Regal Crown.
It's Regal. Jesus. Give me back my kid.
Did you open the pack? You opened the
Yeah.
pack? Yeah.
Yeah, he had it.
No,
He
that's
tried it.
mine.
He loves it. Jesus Christ! You think we're
Motherfucker.
trying to do guerrilla marketing
How is
campaign
it?
for?
How good is this? How good is this? You
It's
just had
amazing.
one.
Wait, I will,
No, don't open another pack.
I will. No, I will have.
All right, bring me my motherfucking cat. How many I got left? 3? Oh, he's out.
Yo, let me know when you're ordering them again, man.
right,
I want a couple of those, Jones. For real, though. I want a couple bottles.
So